Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about something related to the EDD. Now, this is something called conditional payments. And what that basically is that if you have been stuck at pending for whether it be just, a couple weeks or months, the EDD is supposed to be doing something where they pay that automatically. And what this means is what conditional payments are. And I'm going to show you in a previous news release that the EDD released like a week ago or so. I don't quite remember, but I'm going to pull that news release up. But basically, if you've been pending for a couple weeks or more, I don't know if it's, if you're just pending at all, maybe if it's even for just 1 week pending, but if you're pending, regardless of how long that is on your claim, and that has not been fixed, then they are supposed to pay that, and they're going to pay that, and then you are going to get your money. Now, I do want to discuss this a little bit in depth. So when I do, I'm actually going to switch over to the actual, to the screen of the news release itself. And then I'm going to be talking about that a little bit, going through what they're saying on that press release. So let's go ahead and switch to that now.
Okay, so this is the news release itself, and it says, the EDD today announced that it will begin paying unemployment insurance claimants who certify for benefits and already received at least 1 week of benefits in the past, but whose payments have now been pending for at least 2 weeks. Now, a while ago, I did say pending for 1 week or whatever. I wasn't really sure of the length of time there, that you had to be pending to be eligible, but it looks like, there you go, at least 2 weeks or more, and a lot of people have been pending for months. So it says this new conditional payment program, which is consistent with the recent federal guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor, benefits people with a continued claim who previously had at least one payment, but then went into a pending status for more than 2 weeks. This pending status occurs for many reasons, such as a claimant's answer to a bi-weekly certification question that triggered the need for an eligibility review. So that's an example of one of the reasons you could be pending. You could be pending for many, many reasons, actually. And so I'm going to go to a different part of the news release now and read a little bit more information there. So I scrolled down a little bit down the news release, and I'm going to continue reading here. The department will begin sending notices this week to claimants who will benefit from this Pay Now policy. Payments will be reaching claimants' accounts starting July 23rd, 2021, and over the following weeks. So it's going to be, looks like it's going to be in phases. While the department determines eligibility, claimants should continue to try to certify for benefits if they remained unemployed or working reduced hours. And that says here the fastest ways to certify online. We'll just skip that part because we already know that. Claimants who are paid conditionally under this new program must still be found eligible for unemployment benefits. The department will be sending notices to claimants to explain this requirement. So I don't know if any of you have received this so-called message or this notice from the EDD, but if you did, let me know. Continuing, claimants should still participate in any eligibility interview and answer any questions from the department regarding this. So it looks like they're going to be. Looks like what they're saying is for some claimants they're going to be calling you and asking questions about your situation to see if you're even eligible to be on unemployment. So this is going to be very important because if you miss this call, basically, you could be determined to be not eligible for this. And by that point, if you did happen to get paid for the weeks that you have been pending, you will end up having to pay that money back. And what that's known as is it's called the benefit overpayment. So you don't want to get stuck in that situation. So continuing on here, due to the unprecedented increase in claims during the pandemic, including the rise in new claims after the end of the benefit year, the department is now scheduled weeks out for eligibility interviews for some claimants. Today's move helps ensure the department continues to pay claimants who already cleared fraud filters and identify verification and certified they are eligible for benefits. Okay, so I'm going to go on and scroll down a little bit more and talk about that as well. I scrolled down a little bit, and as we were just talking about eligibility, it mentions it here. The news release mentions something about that here in this, on this page. It says, any benefit paid during EDD's eligibility review will be an overpayment if the department later determines the person did not meet eligibility requirements. An overpayment can be waived if the claimant demonstrates financial hardship. So it looks to me like, as scary as that is, you don't want to be paid all this money only to find out later you're going to have to pay all of that back. It looks here, as I just said, that as long as you prove financial hardship, then you should be able to keep that money. But I don't know the details about that right now. This is still fairly new, so hopefully the EDD doesn't mess this up as well. They've been doing that pretty often, actually, and within the past, pretty much during the entire pandemic. Okay, so let me continue here. Where did I leave off? Hardship, okay, that's where it was. And the overpayment was not the claimant's fault or due to fraud. So, if it's not your fault and you're not a fraud, then, there shouldn't be any real reason to feel concerned that you have to pay all this back. But as I said, we just have to see how the EDD handles this, because this is fairly new. While there is no ability to opt out, I'm continuing to read, by the way, of the conditional payment program, according to federal guidance, claimants can stop certifying for benefits if they no longer want to receive it. And maybe I should do a video on that as well. But if you found a job already or you just don't need it, just don't certify anymore. There's no way of canceling your claim. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that little paragraph there because I wanted to touch up on the benefits overpayment and what could happen if you miss your phone call, what is it called again? The eligibility interview. So it's very important that you keep an eye on that on your UI online. They'll let you know what time of day that will be and what date it will be, of course. And so you don't want to be stuck in that rabbit hole where where you're going to miss that phone call and you're going to potentially have to pay all this back. Hopefully not. And you will get paid and you'll be able to keep this money. So that's all I want to talk about when it comes to this press release, and I just wanted to show you some general information on what to expect with this new program.
So as you see, as we've gone through, they're going to pay you, but at the same time you want to be careful because it's crucial that you do not miss the phone interview, and you're going to have to keep an eye on your UI online account where the EDD will notify you when that will be. It will be a certain date, a certain time. It is extremely important and pivotal that you remain available for that time so that you can answer the call. Otherwise you will, and I'm not going to say that you will absolutely go into something called benefit overpayment, but you don't want to risk that. You want to make sure that you answer the phone right away, and because we already know it's very difficult to get through to them. So if they're going to call you and your determination interview is going to be at that moment, don't miss it. I cannot stress the importance of that enough. So that is pretty much it in regards to conditional payments. I hope that this information will be useful to you, especially if you have been pending, whether it be a short amount of time or a long time. You deserve this money. Is supposed to be going out to you. You certified for it, and so it should be paid. So that's it for now. I'll get at you with the next video, whatever that video may be. God bless, thank you, and take care.